Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Dose. My name is Brian. Different kind of Daily Dose tonight. I wanted to talk to you about finding your place, finding your spot. This is my spot. This is the man cave. You guys have seen many a Daily Dose recorded from me sitting here at this desk right here with this kind of backdrop and this kind of background. Well, this is the rest of the room. This is the gym. This is the bookcase, the library. This is my control center, the desk. This is the TV that's always got some sort of sporting event on, and it's flashing things on my face. I'm doing the Daily Dose, and these are the boards where I map out my groups and I map out my business strategies for building my team and for doing the Daily Dose and for mapping out the websites and those kinds of things. So this is my space. This is where I go. You know, I come out here and my kids and my wife and my family, they know that when I'm here, I'm at work. I'm working, I'm focused, I'm concentrated. You know, when the girls know that daddy's out in his office, they know daddy's at work, and that's what that means. Well, you may or may not have a spot like this, but if you don't, that's okay. Here's what I would encourage you to do. I would encourage you to find a place that you can focus and you can work. You know, for me, before I had my own office, and I'm very grateful for this, I haven't always had a place where I could do my work like this, but back in the day, man, when my wife and I were living in a 1,250 square foot house, and I didn't have a place to go, and I had about a 45-minute commute to work every day, and I bought this little Honda Civic. It was about a 6-year-old Honda Civic. It had 60,000 miles on it. It was stick shift, manual roll down the windows, you know, and I didn't buy that because we were so destitute that that was all I could afford. It was a nice car. I actually really liked it. I bought it because it got great gas mileage, right? So I bought my Honda Civic, but no kidding, when I would go into the command, to the squatter, I would go in and I would sit there in the car, and sometimes I'd get there really wicked early, and sometimes I'd have a long lunch break, and it was a 45-minute commute back to the house. So what I would do is I'd sit in the car and I'd make calls. I'd get on the phone and I would make calls, and I would bring my notepad and I'd bring my something to write on, and I would sit there and I would take notes while I was making calls, and I'd bring my list and I'd scratch off names, and I was building my networking business in my car, and that was my spot. That was my sanctuary. I had no privacy in my home because it was so small with my wife and my child at the time. I have 2 children now, but that was the best I could do for finding a good place to work, and it worked for me. It was great. So I want to encourage you to do that. I want to encourage you to find a spot where you can really focus and go to work. I think one of the biggest challenges for folks when they're building a business, especially a business from home, is they tend to think that if they just have a place, right, that if they just have a desk or something in their home, that's where they can do their work, and they kind of wonder why they don't get more done. But I'm here to let you know that one of the reasons why you may not get more done is because you're so distracted. It's difficult to work from home. It's not easy. So you've got to find a place where you can be uninterrupted and completely and totally focused to get your work done. And if you do that, you're going to find yourself infinitely more efficient. And I highly recommend that you find your place and then make sure that your family knows, your friends know, your work knows that when you're there in that place, you're at work. And you're there to be undisturbed for a given amount of time, or a certain amount of time, barring emergencies, of course. You'll find that you're infinitely more effective in your work from home business. That's the dose for today, guys. Go make it a great week.